Welcome, my fellow visionaries. Welcome to the Royal Kingdom. Today actually was, I think, like a no trade day. And usually when I see those, they're kind of marked by a daily candle, which is what's called a doji. So when I see those, that's like a flag saying maybe no trade day today. So I actually took today to kind of do some reflection, which was good, and just check my numbers, see how I'm doing on this 4 week challenge. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So today's episode is actually just a journal entry. No trades, no war room, no chamber of council, none of that. Just a journal entry. Okay. So here we go. Every kingdom is shaped not only by its ruler, but also by those who faithfully serve the crown. Within these walls live individuals of remarkable character. Some strengthen the kingdom, others test it. Every one of them serves a purpose. So, my fellow visionaries, welcome to the kingdom. Now, this we find Queen Victoria in the gardens, in the royal gardens, writing her diary entry. Dear Royal Diary, this morning I woke up with a feeling that today might become a no trade day. The market feels tired, almost exhausted. And if that's true, there is simply nothing worth fighting for today. 2 days ago, Sir Stop Loss took a hit, but then Sir Take Profit reinforced who's the boss, not just once or twice, but 3 times. And for the official record, that wasn't revenge. Those were all independent opportunities that met the royal rules of engagement. Now, what truly excites me this morning wasn't the trades, it was actually the numbers. A week ago, my ESS sat around 56%. Now, that's my consistency score, but I think Lord Percy calls it my emotional stability score. Now, it eventually went from 56% and then it dropped to 50%. And today it is at 45%. Now, we've still got some way to go because it needs to get to 20%. Now, someone looking at that number for the first time might think that's still a long way from 20%, but they wouldn't know the story behind it. I do. That number represents evidence, not hope, not optimism, but evidence. When I look across my dashboard, something stood out immediately. My daily loss, zero. My maximum loss, $0 again. My total profit, over 3 grand. My soft breach counter, zero soft breaches out of 10. And of course, my ESS, my emotional stability score, as Lord Percy would call it, 45.91%. Now, the great thing is every other indicator is green, meaning that I would be eligible for a payout to the Treasury. That means there isn't a discipline problem, there isn't a rule breaking problem, there isn't an overtrading problem. The only red box left is mathematics, the prop firm's formula. That realization changed everything. Not long ago, I was asking, can I become a disciplined trader? Now I'm asking, how long will it take for the math to catch up? Those are two completely different questions. When I told Lord Percy that Sir Take Profit had dominated in 3 trades and assured him they weren't revenge trades. I couldn't help but laugh. The kingdom has apparently developed its own legal system. I could almost picture Parliament convening. The prosecutor, Your Majesty, Sir Take Profit entered 3 additional trades. Lord Percy, were they revenge trades? Sir Take Profit, absolutely not, sir. They were independent A+ opportunities. Casey, the keeper of the checklist, and her cute bun perfectly in place. I have reviewed the checklist, and all 3 trades complied with the royal protocol. And then, of course, Queen Victoria, case dismissed. Oh, that was the 3 trades. Everyone thinks that when you have back-to-back trades after a loss, it could be revenge trading, but Sir Take Profit reassured us it was not. So sometimes the kingdom reminds me not to take myself so seriously. Lord Percy also offered something today that deserves a permanent place within the royal constitution. He gave a royal law number 8, and that is the kingdom shall never measure productivity by the number of trades taken, but by the quality of decisions made. So, what a remarkable shift in thinking. A no trade day can actually be an A+ day. So 3 A+ trades can also be an A+ day. The kingdom doesn't reward activity, it actually rewards governance. Did we control ourselves or did we govern ourselves? So, my reflection today, as I watched the market this morning, I realized something important. If it truly was exhausted, then excellence won't be measured by finding another trade. It will be measured by refusing to manufacture one. I'm not going to go into the market and try to make something up. So I realized that sometimes an excellent trading day can look like this. I wake up in the morning, enjoy my birds, enjoy the little dookies, have a cup of coffee. I'm watching the market. I'm reviewing anything that I need to, maybe my dashboard. And ultimately, a few hours go by, no trade. That actually is still work, but it is also discipline. And that is still governing myself. I also realized something else. For the past week, I thought my highest priority was trying to lower that ESS score, but Percy actually challenged that idea. He said the ESS isn't actually the mission, it's just a scoreboard. So if I wake up each morning focused on lowering that ESS score, I risk making decisions based on a metric. So instead, if I wake up committed to executing my process with excellence, then the ESS will continue to improve on its own. And that's exactly what's been happening. The score isn't leading the process is actually leading the score. And that distinction, it may seem subtle, it isn't. It's actually everything. It's following your discipline, following your process, following your checklist, and eventually everything lines up. So there was one final observation that stayed with me long after my conversation with Lord Percy ended. So I was thinking when this journey began, the kingdom was simply like a creative concept for me, like for my YouTube channel. And now it's actually become something much deeper. I have all these characters, Queen Victoria, Lord Percy, Casey, the keeper of the checklist that keeps me on point so I don't take a trade that doesn't line up. Now we just introduced Sir Stop Loss. He got hit hard, so he deserves some recognition. Then we have Sir Take Profit, who came back and hit three times to, he says it wasn't revenge. And then, of course, we have Reckless Ricky, who's been there from the beginning. He was the impulsive part of me. He's since calmed down, he's following the rules. And then we have the Treasury, which is like my main account, my funded account. And it feels good to pass a challenge and to be actually in the funding stage. One thing I will say is when we pass a challenge, continue to do the same thing that you did to pass the challenge. Don't go crazy and like, oh, I need to now try to go faster, or this or that. Just continue slow and steady. And then I do have another account. We call it the expansion office or the secondary treasury. And that one, it's a bigger account. It's got different rules to it. So I usually don't trade both of them at the same time. But when I do see a really good setup that I'm like, I know this one is like, this is an A plus plus, I go ahead and hit the expansion office. So like, let me just get a trade in there. And it was crazy to realize that my win rate on that one was like 86%. That's crazy. But that is when I just wait for those best of the best trades. And so it's been good, like learning how to look at the numbers in my dashboard and actually see what is working and see how much my discipline makes a difference. So it's been pretty cool. Now, I will say all of these characters in my head, they're no longer just becoming characters. They've actually become like my internal, I would say maybe leadership team. They're the voice, like, don't think I'm crazy, but they're the voices in my head that actually say, hold on, 15-minute focus. Don't take that phone call from this person. Don't do XYZ. Can you manage the trade while you're doing XYZ? And so all of these characters, they actually have voices in my head, which is a good thing if however we get this done. So I will say each one of them represents a different responsibility, a different perspective, and it's a different voice that just helps me make wiser decisions when I'm trading. So I will say, after spending decades investigating complex situations, training officers, making critical decisions under pressure sometimes, um, maybe just knowingly everything that I've experienced in the past has played a role in helping me with skills that I need for trading. So things like a command structure, um, not controlling the market, but governing myself. Um, I will say over these past 3 months, I think it's been, all of that is coming into play and it's actually working. So whether today brings three trades or none at all, Queen Victoria has already won if she refuses to create battles where no battles exist. And because in this kingdom that I trade, we do not control the markets, I always say we govern ourselves. So today was a no trade day, but it felt really good. And it felt like we actually rode the wave. Like a few days ago, the market didn't know what it wanted to do. It jerked around, it knocks Sir Stop Loss down, and then it went in a particular direction. And Sir Take Profit, he rode that wave and got three trades out of it, three winning trades. And so now the market may be what's called exhausted. I would be too if I had to fight all those battles. So today is a no trade day. And I'm really understanding how everything just flows. And I'm enjoying the process. No rush. Um, just paying attention to what I see. And sometimes walking away from the day just feeling like just the fact that I showed up, I stayed disciplined. I got to do all the things that I enjoy doing and trading fit into my life. That's a winning day. So anyway, that is it for today's episode. But as always, we always ask, my fellow visionaries, did you govern yourselves? For me, I must say today, I believe I did. So that's it. Until the next episode, you all have a wonderful and blessed day.